What's up, boys and girls? Welcome back. This episode, we brought in Chris Reynolds and TJ Brubaker from the Facebook group Michiana Monsters to talk about their upcoming Big Buck contest in January and a lot of other things, a lot of crossbow talk. Anyway, we had a great time. I think you guys are going to like it, so please give it up for the boys from Michiana Monsters, Chris Reynolds and TJ Brubaker.
I forgot 5. I'm so damn nervous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
And Tackers.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
All right, we're good. Chris, how the hell have you been, man?
I'm doing good, bud. You?
Good. It's been a couple months since you've been in here.
It's been a minute. It's been a few.
You got some things in the works with Michiana Monsters going on, man.
Yes, sir. We got the Big Buck contest going on.
What are the dates on that?
January 21st, 5 to 8 at Ground Zero there in Niles.
And just a reminder to everybody, free to enter, correct?
Yes, sir.
Free to enter, and you have to be a member of the Michiana Monsters Facebook group. If you guys aren't already, it's pretty cool, especially for the locals, man. You have to be local.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we try to keep everybody else out.
His headphones were working right.
Died. Right. No, they straight died. There's nothing. So
gotcha.
He got demoted today. You guys got the good pairs, so.
Oh, gotcha. Appreciate it.
I'm drinking my sorrows away.
You want to introduce TJ here?
Yeah, this is TJ Brubaker. This is my buddy. He's been helping run the contest or help me put it together and everything. I ain't nothing special. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody. What a loving friend.
Sorry, TJ.
That's a hell of a beard you got there. How long you been growing that?
I've had it about this length for 6 years.
6 years?
Yeah.
And you're supposed to say 3 weeks.
I mean, it'd regrow back in about 4, but yeah.
That's impressive. That doesn't bother your neck. How people do that is beyond me. That would drive me crazy. Mine gets more than like 3/4 of an inch.
It's because that's what you're used to working with. True.
You wear yours down quite a bit farther than I do too. That would also drive me fucking nuts.
Yeah.
Hell, I can't even grow one.
You got a little goatee thing going on.
Keeps my neck warm in the winter, Bert.
Facts. You caught me off guard. I was taking it.
Like I need any help with that, but whatever.
All right. So, yeah. Anyway, have to be a member of Michiana Monsters Facebook group to enter. It's free. Dates are, September. Listen to me. January 21st from 5 to 8, right?
Yep.
So what is new about the contest this year than from last year? This is the 3rd annual, right?
Yep, 3rd annual. So new this year, we're going to have a veterans only raffle. So any member that's a veteran is going to get a raffle. It's going to be with MJ Sport Charters for a trophy catfishing trip. Schemberger's Asphalt Ceiling, they're the one that's sponsoring that. Also new this year, Wild West Guns and Ammo is sponsoring a AR-15 450 Bushmaster. Anybody that brings a deer that scores 130 or up from that they harvested this season will be put into a separate raffle for that rifle.
135 and up, you said?
130.
130. Okay, and that's anything, gun or bow?
Gun or bow.
Yeah. Are you guys having categories for that?
No category for that. This only other separate category is youth and adult.
Yeah. Just a quick question. For the scoring, who are you guys using to score?
So Danny Yoder, Woodside Taxidermy. Yep. He's a certified scorer, so he's going to be doing all the scoring. Same guy that we had do it last year.
Okay.
Are you sticking with gross score, or are you doing net?
Just gross.
Gross. Okay. Yeah. Same as last year then.
Yep.
Gross score. Yoder's the scorer. And he's using. Forgive me for being ignorant, but is Pope and Young and Boone and Crocker are pretty different in the scoring system, correct?
Which one are they using? They're the same. SCI is a little bit different.
Is it just the qualifications different?
Correct.
To get in? Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Pope and Young's archery, Boone and Crockett's gun.
Okay. Yeah. So it doesn't. They're just doing Boone and Crockett or whatever. Well, it's just the scoring.
He's a certified SCI scorer.
SCI. Okay.
Which is it measures the same as Boone and Crockett. There's no deductions, so it'd be essentially the same as Boone and Crockett or Pope and Young.
Obviously, I've never shot a buck with any antlers of any. Well, I mean,
the one up on the wall behind you.
But I never had them scored. You know what I mean?
I'm still saying 143.
143?
143.
We should take it just to have them scored. I mean, it wouldn't be eligible, right? Because it has to be
it
killed
would
from
It has to be the 2022 season.
2022 season.
Yes, sir.
So how would that work? Because you got to let them dry, right, before you score them.
Yeah.
For official record.
For official.
Okay.
We don't
how
have
much
to
does it change? I mean, it can't change that much. It's already bone.
You can lose an inch or two.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Off total math?
Yep.
Oh,
Yeah, usually you lose it inside spread.
And the whole scoring thing. So we'll get to some trivia later. We're all gonna play. It's not. We got to change the name from Stump Taifke, unless I just.
Well, how about I felt bad for Taifke, so you can help me.
There you go. But I was going through trying to get all the questions, record book related. And as a carpenter, looking at those score sheets, it drives you nuts. Like 211 and 4/8.
Yeah, it's all 1/8.
It's like it's half.
Eight.
Yeah.
It's fucking half. But it drives you crazy.
Yeah.
So I don't know a whole lot about that whole system, man. I've never had anything officially scored or anything. I've seen a buck scored with shoelaces.
Oh, got you. That
was by Eric Riley, yeah. So either one of you two ever had anything that is measurable, like anything over anything Boone and Crockett?
Yeah. Well, yeah. I shot that 190.
That's right. We talked about that.
Yeah, and but that's about it. I mean,
that's about it.
Yeah.
My ass.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah, he shot a couple nice deer. How many deer you got? How many booners?
Booners? Well, I mean, they were shot with my bow, but ones that have scored booner, I got 2 that are maybe 3 that'll score booner.
What are they offhand? Do you remember?
I got a 193, a 183. I got one that's 167. I got some 160s.
You should see
some 150s.
the Euro mount he has in his barn. It's just
looks like an elk.
Yeah, it's one he shot a few years ago.
Yeah, I shot late archery, Indiana.
The mass on him, like
I think it was like 8-year-old deer.
Sorry,
8-year-old deer. Yeah,
he's huge.
8 or 9. He was going downhill.
No teeth left.
No teeth left. Scored as a 7-point. He scored 163.
My goodness.
Yeah, he's
And you're Indiana too, right?
Yep.
Can you imagine shooting him if he was like 5.5, 6.5?
Man, he's a stud.
That's insane. I never had it. I mean, just by looking at his teeth, I think he might have been the one behind me. I don't know, 5.5, 6.5 maybe.
Gotcha.
But
that's a good deer.
He was old, man. He was a big son of a bitch.
Yeah,
that's the biggest deer I've ever killed. That one right there, that's a deadhead. Obviously, he's all half chewed off and everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude.
That's a cool little hook on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never saw. It looks like there was another piece of that brow tine that came up, and that was just a little kicker there. But it'd have been cool to see him when he was on the hoof.
Yeah, that would. No doubt.
All right, so we talked about the 450. We got the veterans raffle. Have we talked about the shoulder mount you guys are giving away?
Yeah, we're gonna give what is Elkins taxidermy. He's giving us a shoulder mount for our youth category.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, if you shoot a deer, you can take it into him, and he'll freeze or whatever. If you think that you might be have a contender, you know what I'm saying? Take it in.
Or if you think you have one that's a contender, maybe hold off on taking it to your taxidermist.
Right.
The kid might win a free shoulder mount.
Right.
Out of the deal.
Yeah, that's maybe take it to Elkins to have it caped out.
Right. That's what I would do.
That's exactly what I would do because
he's really good. He's really good. I was in his shop last year and was looking around, and he's legit. I mean, he does really nice work. So I've never heard nothing bad about him either. So.
No, I haven't either. I've seen a couple of his mounts, and they look really, really good.
Yeah.
But I've never. I think we should get old Elkins on here. I don't think I've even asked him. Dale, right?
I don't know.
Yep, Dale.
No.
Yep. Really nice guy. Really nice.
Yeah,
guy.
he seems like it from everything I see on social media and hear about him. So, yeah, it does really good work. Yeah, so, yeah, I wouldn't try to cape it out yourself, though.
Yeah, no, probably not. Not if you've never done it before.
No, and if you know what you're doing, you can knock yourself out. But,
right.
I shot an antelope out in Wyoming, a nice buck, and, you would think it'd be cool to cape it out and get a nice mount, but I wasn't even going to try it, dude.
You didn't try it?
No. I just Euro mount sitting in there.
And antelope are hard to cape. And I like the way the black horns and the white skull look for a Euro mount.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty cool. Somebody said I should have painted my horns.
How do you guys go about that? Because those are actual horns. They've got like a sheath that comes off, and you got to clean them out. What do you like? Hot glue them back on?
Yeah, you just hot glue them back on. But you don't, for those of you who are looking to go antelope hunting and weren't aware, it's not. They're the only horned animal actually in the world that sheds their sheath.
Really?
So horns grow with you your entire life normally, like
Mm-hmm.
you know, like your like fingernails.
Yeah.
It's made out of the same kind of material, not bone,
Right.
like antler is. And they're the only ones that pop off every year and then grow back.
Yeah, I got you. He goes out. He hunts an antelope every year.
Almost every year, yeah. This is my first year in 10 years not going,
It's
so
fun, man.
Damn.
it's my favorite animal to hunt.
You know what? I thought maybe I was one and done. The meat was great, you know, and it was a really fun hunt. We went to Montana for black bear. That was just a whole different experience as far as like getting into the wilderness, you know, and into some real mountains. But the difference was I kind of like the antelope more, man, because there's a lot of action, dude. We were always on.
It's a
animals.
target-rich environment.
Yeah, it's hard to miss them. I mean, there's no trees anywhere.
Right.
It sucks if you want to hang your meat up, but
Yeah.
you know,
It's hard to get a good stalk on them too, right?
right?
How do you get in?
That's
bow
what I
range?
was gonna ask. I mean, do you bow
Keep going,
hunt
I'm gonna turn
them
down this
or?
I primarily rifle hunt.
Okay.
I bow hunted them. If I was going to bow hunt, I'd only do spot and stalk. Sitting in a 100+ degree blind,
That's
you know,
Man, I would
sucks.
be.
So antelope only have to come to water once a day.
Okay.
And so what can ruin a water hole sit is if they get rain while you're out there, they can get, you know, there's pools everywhere then.
Right.
So now your pond or whatever you were hunting over is no good. I prefer to rifle hunt. I mean, I've shot a couple with my bow. Spot and stalk is a blast. But
Going your phone, I was gonna move that for you.
you want to go, you know, if you're looking for a big buck, then rifle's where it's at.
Are we still talking about antelope?
Yeah. That's. I mean, me and you are tentatively planning on going next year.
Yeah, I tried to buy my point, and it turns out, I was reading because when we went, my brother kind of bought everybody's tags for us and made all of our username and passwords and stuff.
Gotcha.
And so I gotta figure all that out so I can get my point and it doesn't get deleted. But
For Wyoming, you get to the end of October.
yeah, that's why I'm not in like a huge rush. But I also know my memory is not the greatest, and I don't want to forget.
Don't forget it.
Well, when I get mine, I'll remind you because same thing.
Right, and it's not much, right, for the point.
$41.
Oh, did it go
41 or 42?
Yeah,
No,
It was
30,
I would say it was
sorry.
30.
31. I'm thinking of mule deer.
and there's a difference. Me and my brother just randomly were talking about this, and there's a difference between bonus and preference points, right? Like it's pretty easy to make that mistake online, or no?
In Wyoming, it's just
There are no
preference
bonus.
points.
Yeah, there's different states have different systems.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah,
I think Utah is one of the only ones where you can get bonus points.
Oh, really?
What do you know about that?
I think Willie was talking about that on
So,
the other episode.
Montana has its preference points, well, bonus points for antelope, but then elk, you can get a preference point and a bonus point, 2 different hunts. Utah for deer has a preference point and a bonus point,
Okay,
2 different tags. Yep.
gotcha. Yeah, we just went over all that. I think was my brother the last episode we did?
No,
was
it was
your brother?
Lenaway, who is actually
it was
out.
Lenaway.
He's in Colorado right now. He keeps getting little glimpses of service on his phone, so
Oh.
he's been making Snapchats. It doesn't look like any elk yet, but dude, he woke up this morning and there was 4 or 5 mountain goats right outside their tent.
Oh wow.
Like he took a selfie and they were like from me to you, man. They were like right there.
Oh wow. That's cool.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty neat.
I mean, mountain goat tastes good too.
It's
Right.
Trouble.
Yeah, my ass.
That's
Shit.
serious trouble right there.
Mm-hmm. You ain't kidding. But yeah, he's not dead yet.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to hear that. I know I'm.
Do we want to talk about how I proved you wrong last night about grizzlies being in Colorado?
Oh no, dude! I told you. You got to fact check me.
Yeah, because we were discussing Aaron and his wife is a little worried about him, and I was like, "Oh, it's fine, man. There's no grizz in Colorado." And he was like, "Actually, but all you same thing. I mean, I've heard the same thing. There's going to be eventually. They think
There.
grizzlies are eventually going to wander down in there."
Gotcha.
Yeah, I was just remembering other stories and podcasts where they talk about them migrating down from the greater Yellowstone area. It's like, yeah, well, I'm human. I'm allowed to be wrong. You just have to fact check me. I don't know everything.
Right. So speaking of other species, man, so this is obviously just it's a big buck contest.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever thought about adding like some turkey or anything else in here, or doing a separate deal, or?
No, not really.
No?
No, not really. I don't know what we could do. Maybe we could do
turkey
something in the
contest
spring.
are tough.
I was thinking about doing a derby last year, some kind of derby or something for like teams last year for turkey season.
How would that work?
I don't really know.
That's why we didn't do it.
That's why we didn't do it. I never could get it figured out.
So I competed in one down in Texas. It was a film turkey hunt, and basically they had a group of people that all they did all day long was score turkeys. Like as you brought it was a 2-day event. You could bring your turkeys, come and go, as you needed, and bring in your turkeys in, and they would measure them, do all that stuff. But so with Indiana and Michigan seasons being so long, it's hard to be able to do that.
I feel like that's a tough one too, because a big buck contest, you're just looking at its antler growth. As for a turkey, you're also considering its weight as well, right?
Right.
Yep.
Right. Be weight, spur length,
Beard. Yep.
Yeah, I want to say I can say it because I didn't use it for one of the questions, but I was trying to look up the largest turkey taken in Michigan, or maybe it was Indiana, one or the other, but it was like 32 pounds.
Wow.
That's a big damn bird.
That's a big bird.
Well, there were a couple running around here this year. I would have put well over 25.
Nice bird.
Yeah, no, there's a lot of birds around here too. One less thanks to Mr. Brian. Thanks, Brian. Bring that up every time I get a chance. He poached a bird and I turned him in.
Hey, that's like 15 less. He shot a hen.
Yeah, he shot a damn hen from the road.
From his truck.
He had it coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He had it coming.
But my camo was so damn good, he didn't see me sitting there.
So do you know the guy?
No, I just know his name and I know he's an asshole.
I got you.
I've had previous encounters, and the DNR confirmed that, we've been trying to catch him for a long time.
Really? Good deal. Got him.
Maybe I should use that as one of the trivia questions at the podcast at the Big Buck Contest. So yeah, it's another thing. We are going to be recording a live podcast, which is basically going to be just kind of like trivia. We got all the Stump Typke questions and all that. Did I already talk about this? Am I having a brain fart right now?
Okay, I don't think so.
So all the questions that we've asked on every show leading up to January 21st, we're going to ask those questions, or a certain amount of them, and whoever answers correctly, we're going to call it out to the crowd, and then we're going to be giving away hats. I'll throw that in the camera, Typke. Some of our hats.
Some of these coming out.
Yep, we got some. Hopefully, we'll have some sweatshirts and T-shirts before then, and then you guys said you got a lot of other sponsors that are giving away door prizes as far as T-shirts and same kind of stuff. Yeah. So we'll be giving that away as well. And also, we're going to be doing like a story time. So if you place in the Big Buck Contest, you are welcome to. You don't have to, because some people are microphone shy. But if you would like, you are more than welcome to sit down with us and tell us your kill story. Hopefully we won't try to embarrass ourselves too much. But
right. I got you.
We're going to leave the whiskey at home that day.
Yeah, no whiskey that day. But it's going to be a good time. So you guys need to come down there. Where is it at?
Ground Zero in Niles. Ground Zero Archery, I'm sorry. There in Niles. I don't know the exact address, but
right, yeah, it's on the flyer, which we're going to be putting together a little promo video for you guys so you guys can see all that stuff. Did you make a post about doing a live Q&A, or you just want to not do that at all?
I did. I don't know what kind of response we're going to get.
We can check it here in about 5 minutes. Yeah, we should be 7 o'clock.
Was that me?
I have no idea. It don't matter, Chris.
Sorry.
One of the other things we wanted to talk about with the contest, people didn't realize last year, is we have miscellaneous category prizes. Yeah. So most mass, largest spread, most scoreable points,
longest time,
most symmetrical, and then the longest time. So there's top 4 prizes for adult and top 4 prizes for youth. None of those deer are eligible for the miscellaneous category. So any deer brought in and scored, you still have a chance of winning one of those miscellaneous categories, even if you're not the top in your category.
You might want to say that again. I'm serious. Just so everybody's very clear
Let
on
it
that.
sink in.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna have a miscellaneous category. So the top 4 for adult and the top 4 of the youth hunters are not eligible for the miscellaneous category prizes. So we're gonna have a prize for the most points, the largest inside spread, most mass, most symmetrical, so least amount of deductions, and then the longest time.
Awesome.
Yep.
So that's 5 more prizes.
Seriously, a 110-inch deer could win it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's something that you guys.
Yeah,
need to
last
think about.
year after the contest, there was a lot of posts that people didn't, when we were posting the pictures of those miscellaneous categories, they didn't realize about them. And they're like, oh, I should have came. My buck was wider than that, or I had more mass than that. So there was a lot of people that missed out on some prizes.
Are you guys doing like just random door prizes as well, or?
Yeah, we have over 20 door prizes that will be
You
given
guys
out
brought
that
one
night.
of them with you, right? The rack type. You want to show the?
Yeah, we have.
I can try, but it's kind of big.
We have a set of sheds.
That's what she said.
Not to
farm
you.
sheds.
Oh boy! All
To
right,
give
let
away.
me try and not take everything out here.
Holy shit!
All right.
Yeah, they're huge.
Yeah, we got some
They're huge. A little over 200,
little
right? TJ?
rival antlers, you know.
Yeah. But and we're giving away a ground blind, or not a ground blind, but a tower blind.
Tower blind. Yeah, no platform, but
Oh damn! I lost my headphones again.
Oh damn you! You move too much.
yeah, we have a 6x5 double drop.
Don't touch it! Ah, damn you, Bart!
Oh, damn it!
But yeah, 6x5 double drop hunting blind that we'll be giving away.
Yeah, that Cloverleaf Outdoors gave us this year. They gave us one last year.
Yep,
Nice.
same blind as last year for a door prize.
That's a hell of a blind.
That's
dude.
a door prize. So
Yeah.
all you have to do is be a member and show up,
Yep.
and you're in the
Nice.
running for it.
You don't even have to enter a buck. You just gotta be there.
Show up. Just show up.
Hell yeah!
But if you shoot a deer, you want to bring it.
So does that mean do I enter just because I'm there?
Yeah.
Or am I
Yeah.
not eligible?
Yeah,
I'm
you're
just
eligible.
kidding. I would.
So
do
that's
that.
another thing I wanted to say, because we're all a team basically. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? All you guys are helping put this thing together. So I don't think it's right to not allow you guys for the prizes. And that's something
Yeah.
that's something we've been talking about for a couple of years now. Because I'm gonna ask the other members to help run the show. So I can't just tell them that now you're not allowed.
And we have kids pull the winning numbers out of the bucket. So
That's kind of what I'm hoping for, man. I like to see the kiddos win.
and one of the things we are going to do is when we pull somebody's number out, we'll have the name for them, but we're just going to double check that they are Michiana Monster
Because
group member.
Yeah, we do have a lot of people that showed up last year that weren't members, so we gotta make sure they don't slide in and take one of the
I
prizes.
say, what if they become a member right before? Or,
That's fine.
Long as you're a member, right?
Long as
okay.
you're a member,
All
right? Yeah, we're trying to grow the group.
I say, what are you guys up to now?
Nothing really. There's nothing really going on. We just kind of let everybody share their game or their pictures and everything.
No, what
number wise?
No, how many people are in a group?
I thought it was 2,200 earlier today.
2,200
That's what I had.
for being all local, dude. That's pretty impressive.
That's a lot of people. A lot of people have fun.
And I say, for those of you who aren't from the Michiana area, how would you describe the Michiana area? Just a group of counties from the southern Michigan area and the northwestern Indiana area.
What do you guys encompass? Like 6 counties between Michigan and Indiana?
So there's
15.
15 counties.
Oh, holy
So
crap.
the reason for that is because we couldn't just so you got Elkhart County, and what was going to do Elkhart, St. Joe, Cass, and then St. Joe, Michigan. But those deer during the rut they travel. You know what I'm saying? So a deer that we've been sharing all year, or somebody might have been sharing in the group all year. He may cross the state or county line over to LaGrange County, and the next thing you know, his neighbor shoots him. And we're not even allowing him to share his pictures. You know what I'm saying? So we had to kind of, expand a little bit. But
I think it's cool.
That's our cutoff, though. We got the 15 counties right there. So basically, any county touching Cass, St. Joe, and Elkhart.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's 22,000 people hunting in those 15 counties in one group.
No. 2,200.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
whoa.
Yeah.
How do
Yeah,
we
no,
have a deer population problem? What is going on?
Yeah,
That's
too
the
many
numbers you
zeros,
got.
buddy. Too many
Yeah.
zeros.
One too many. That's
Right.
fine.
Yeah.
Wish my bank account had that problem.
Yeah, no doubt.
Don't we all?
But yeah, so it's just the 15 counties.
All right, yeah, dude. I think it's gonna be a great time.
Do we start that?
Yeah, it's 7 o'clock.
I was say, what kind of response did you get out of that?
I don't even know. I didn't look. If did nobody even like it or anything, I don't think we should do it. I don't think. What do you think?
We'll just
happened.
tell them, hey, we're doing a live Q&A. Don't embarrass us. We're on YouTube.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
I don't
so
remember
if we...
how the hell to do this.
Well, you suggested
Well,
it.
No, you're fine. Don't swipe left.
Is it real? I don't remember how to do it.
I can't help you. Technology is Brent's part of this deal.
Oh, there it is.
Look at you go.
Let's flip the camera.
Flip it.
Yeah, you're looking at your T-Bell cup right now.
Sorry, now.
I would say wherever you want to go, use a whiskey bottle if you have to.
There you go. Here, I should actually hold this.
You know what?
So
Actually,
we can ask any
I
questions.
got a shelf just for that. Let me see that. I got you.
You're live.
Oh, shit, but you won't be able to see it, though, if I put it up here, huh?
I'll log on to it.
All right.
Just set it up. Perfect. Just set it over there.
Yeah, set it. Don't drop it.
I don't know if we have any questions. We may have to shut her down.
Just have it nice. All right. That'll work.
We're going to have to run this off of 4 different platforms just to answer questions.
Right.
Two people in there.
Got 2 people on there, man.
All right, so
Send them out way
I
too
guess
long.
if they're on there, we can just keep talking about the contest.
Yeah.
And then if anybody's got any questions, go ahead and shout them out. So what haven't we covered, guys? We've got, we went over, we're doing the blind. You guys are doing the 450 Bushmaster for another prize. Veterans Raffle, the Youth Shoulder Mount by Dale Elkins. It's January 21st, 5 to 8, free to enter.
Yeah.
Anything else you guys want to add? Oh, we talked about the story time and the podcast that we're going to be doing with the giveaway.
Oh, you guys didn't mention that you're going to have food up there. You got somebody catering this event for you?
Yeah, we have Maverick Fat Caps.
Yep.
Ooh, who are they?
Kevin Ismail. He's where's he out of? Elkhart?
Elkhart County.
Elkhart County. He's legit. He did it last year and did a really good job.
What are they, like some BBQ?
We're going to have
Oh,
pulled
yeah.
pork sandwiches.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And
Do you guys know what the price on that's going to be, or is it included in
it's
entry
free.
or
It's
free?
free.
All
Yeah,
right, awesome.
Kevin's hooking us up.
That's the
man.
shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know what? Just for shits and giggles, I think you guys should add a.
What's up, Nick?
I think you guys should add a most unique buck prize.
Yeah, no doubt.
Like have everybody
But
there
how-
vote on it.
But how do you? Yeah, well, that's a good idea.
Just have them write it down on a piece of paper, throw in a bucket at the end of the night.
Oh,
Whoever got
that's
the
a good-
most. Just have a couple up there, to vote on.
Yeah,
Yeah,
take them, just give
that's
them, 1 through 10, and
Yeah.
That's not too late to do that.
And,
No.
And you know what? Well, if you guys are serious, if I would think like maybe make it to where it's not just 2022, because like maybe if somebody shot an antler do it once, and they got some.
no bird. No, you're not allowed.
No, we got to keep it in the season because man, there's been a lot of big deer killed in the past.
No, fuck.
One of the other things we're going to do, so this year, Chris did some raffles for some fundraising to, improve and buy more prizes, door prizes.
Yeah.
So one of the things that we're going to do during the show also, or the contest, is we're going to have a 50-50 raffle the night of the contest. So
Yeah. Love me a good 50-50.
Yeah. I don't know if I've ever participated in one.
So, yeah. So if you've never participated in a 50-50 raffle,
I
basically,
don't gamble, man. I don't mess
we'll
around.
we'll sell tickets for $1 a piece. If we sell 500 of them, we'll pull one number and the winner gets $250, and then $250 goes towards next year's contest.
But either way, it's gonna be a party, man. It's gonna be a good time. Food.
Yeah, it is a good time. We had a good turnout last year, so I'm hoping for at least the same this year. Maybe get a few more deer in there. That's the reason for the rifle.
And it's an AR-15 platform, right?
Yep.
450 Bushmaster,
Yeah.
which is legal to hunt during firearm in Indiana and Michigan.
Those are sweet, dude.
Isn't Indiana
It is
so
a nice gun.
Indiana, that's legal on public land in Indiana.
right? Public land. They've got the weird rule where public land you can't use a center fire.
Well, you can use
with neck brass.
It's based off cartridge length, diameter,
It's
bullet
length.
diameter, and then the cartridge length.
Okay, you guys have a little bit different laws than we do. Yeah, down here we're just
It's all about it being
straight,
neck
straight
down.
wall.
That's how
Yep.
That's why the 450 came to be,
Well,
right?
Yes, but we also have the diameter and length, but it's also if it's neck down or not.
It's got to be straight. Yeah.
Like, would you be able to use a 25-06 for deer?
No,
Nope.
not in Michigan.
No. I mean,
Or-
above the rifle line.
Above the rifle line, you can
Yeah.
use anything you want as long as it's bigger than a
But
223.
what's the do you know? What's the minimal diameter?
Down here?
In-
Is it statewide?
In
It's
Michigan,
not
it's
statewide. It's not statewide.
No.
Down here, it's 35 caliber is the smallest. Above the rifle line, it's anything above 22 caliber. So you can't use a 223. It's got to be bigger.
Got you. Do we have any questions coming in yet about the contest?
No,
no.
nobody. We got a few people watching, but nobody asking any questions.
Okay.
So I guess we can kill it.
What else do you guys want to talk about concerning the contest that you want these people watching that video right now to know? I'll start with mentioning again, we're going to be doing a podcast, and if you guys place in the big buck contest, I should look this way. If you guys place in the big buck contest, you guys are welcome to. You don't have to, but you can come on our podcast. We're going to be recording and tell a story about your kill, and it'll be on the next episode.
That'd be really cool.
Yep.
Really cool.
These hats we're going to be giving away. Our hats. I don't know how well you can see those.
It's delayed.
We got most
Is
of
it
them.
delayed?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
We got most of them. We're going to be giving away have orange backs. I think that's really it for us. I mean, our show is pretty much just going to be trivia and giving away free stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah.
And all of the questions we're going to be answered were previous questions on previous episodes. So just do your homework, watch all of our stuff, and then you guys will already know all the answers.
Yeah.
So we're going to be doing a trivia session later on in this episode. But right now, we're just seeing if you guys have any questions concerning the Big Buck Contest on January 24th from 5 to 8 at Ground Zero Archery in Niles. Anybody?
No, they falling off.
Man, I'm kind of
Shut her
curious.
down.
How big was the one that won last year?
God, what was that thing?
It was not that big. I mean, it's just over 200.
Stop.
It wasn't
Not that big.
Stop.
It's over 200.
Not that big.
Yeah, I don't know if that was like a 203 or 208. Coming
I don't
popping in
know
my
what grade
mind.
deer was, yeah, it was huge, man.
Do you remember the name of the winner? Maybe give them a shout out if you guys remember.
Greg
Schimberger.
Schimberger, yep.
Damn.
Yep.
Stud.
Where was he out of?
He was out of Berrien County. He shot.
Isn't that Schemberger's Asphalt Company?
Yes,
Doesn't
sir.
he own
It's
that?
one of his
It's
sons.
his son.
It's one of his sons. One of his boys. Yep.
Oh, shit.
Really nice deer. He they videoed it and everything.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's pretty cool. What's the question?
Says, are you doing a contest for the kids during the youth hunt?
Yes. Yes, we are. You can probably hear you better over there.
It
Yeah.
won't be during the youth hunt, though,
Yeah,
will
it
it?
won't be during the youth hunt, but we are gonna. Yeah, we have a youth only category.
Did you guys talk about the miscellaneous categories on this than this?
No, not since we went. We didn't.
You
talk
guys should
about it when
definitely
we went
mention that
live.
because that's pretty cool.
So yeah, we're gonna have miscellaneous category.
Can the phone hear us over there? Ask them if they can hear us. Anyway, go ahead.
So yeah, we're gonna have miscellaneous categories. Basically, we're gonna have the a category for the most points, the largest inside spread, the most mass, most symmetrical, and then the longest tine. To be eligible for any of those prizes, the top 4 adults and the top 4 youth are not eligible for those prizes. So anybody outside of the top 4 for the adult and the top 4 youth are eligible for the miscellaneous. And anybody that brings a deer in 130 or better, even if they win a prize, one of the top 4 prizes, they're still eligible for the 450 Bushmaster.
See what I brought TJ, right? He's
Yeah.
legit.
He's your little encyclopedia
Just-
information on
He
this.
helped me put this together, man.
Just for a quick reference or a backstory for you guys listening, like we came in here and we're like, all right, so we wanted to do a quick promo video. And we're like, all right, we're talking about the contest, whip something together real quick, sit down, record a podcast. We get here and like none of us know what the fuck we're doing.
No, I have no idea
Like,
what
oh.
we're doing.
You don't have a plan? Well, I don't really have a plan either.
Yeah.
Turns into an argument. You're going to talk. No, you talk. I think it's better if you talk. I don't want to talk. You
I'm
talk.
not talking.
Which is why I was cracking up when Chris is over there. Like, this is why I brought TJ.
Yep, I'm not talking.
But
Yeah.
you've been doing good, but you always get so nervous about getting
I
on that
do.
damn mic, man. But
I
you always
do.
kill it.
I don't know about all that, but I do get nervous.
We had some
I'm
Taco
nervous
Bell
as hell,
before he
man.
got here, man. Got them guts ready.
Ooh, man, I had to calm down.
Dude,
That calms you down?
Huh? Yeah, man, anxiety had me worked up there for a minute. Then I had too many beers. I had the pregame, boys. I had to get calmed down.
See, I love me some Taco Bell,
Yep.
but if I have Taco Bell the next day, I mean, there's the
Shit through a
obvious
screen door, not
there's-
touch
there's-
a wire.
Yeah, there's the obvious consequences, but then there's the fact that I just feel like dog shit, man.
Really?
Oh, dude, it kills me.
Gotcha.
But I
Gives
love
me
it so
heartburn
damn
really
good. Do they
bad.
still have the quesarito?
I don't know.
They got rid of the quesarito? Well, that's,
Long
just,
time ago, dude.
that's just stupid.
They quit making it. I quit going.
I only eat the case.
Until I get like, shitty drunk at 1 a.m. and I make somebody take my drunk ass up there.
So did we answer his question?
Yep.
I'm wondering,
Yeah.
can he hear us over there?
He
I
should be able to
think
hear
they
us.
should be able to hear us. We used to go live when we were doing the Woodsman's podcast. That's what that little shelf there is for.
Okay,
Because
gotcha.
Rick used to like to go live all the time. So,
Gotcha.
yeah.
All right, good deal. So I think that's pretty much it, man.
Right. And you guys covered the blind. You guys on this one. You guys
Yep.
giving away the same kind of blind as last time, right?
Same blind as the last time
Same blind as last year.
from Cloverleaf Outdoors.
Yep. He gave us another blind. We're really lucky to have Cloverleaf helping us out.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
And Josh, before we shut this off, you need to show the Facebook people them giant sheds.
Oh, you're going to make me do that? All right, well, now I'm just going to knock a beer off the table with them.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to interrupt your bartending.
Right. Yeah, we're gonna give these sheds away.
Oh. These things right here.
Yeah. Those are
I won't
nice,
clank
right?
them together again. Bert yelled at me.
Yeah, that was loud in my ear.
But they are massive.
Yeah. Nice.
My
Really
God.
nice.
That reminds me of when Josh Wagner was in here, man. He brought a bunch of sheds.
Yeah, it says he uses them for dog chew toys.
Like ones like that.
I can't do it.
Dude.
I wouldn't be able to cut them up.
Well, cause side note, I mean, if you didn't give a shit about them, you'd think you'd like sell them because like some places pay money per pound for those things, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, that would be like a secondary business making chandeliers and crap out of those.
I have a buddy that out of Texas that does that and travels the country,
I was gonna say,
buys them by the truckload.
if you lived in a place or like over there somewhere, there's a pile of sheds. Almost all of them are from Wyoming, just because you can see them,
Yep.
And being from Michigan, I was like a kid in a candy store, we're like ooh, grabbing everyone I could. I don't know what the hell I'm ever gonna do with them. They're all.
You and all Peter Griffin. Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy.
Dude, pretty much those sheds right there on the table I'm proud of those because those are pretty fresh. I found those in the spring after the dude shed them. Yeah, it was at the place I worked.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
Now, I want to know from you two, you guys got hit lists lined up already for deer? Or?
Negative.
No. Yeah, you're smiling, you liar.
Bullshit.
Smiling like that.
Here, we got to shut her down. How do you
Shut this goddamn
shut
thing
her
down.
down?
Open that up.
Right? Sorry.
I don't even have any cameras out yet.
Dude, me neither.
I don't either.
Oh, I take that back. I got 3 out from last year.
Oh.
That the batteries are dead.
I don't have any out. Sorry, I got 3.
Well, see, my thing, I typically don't really give a shit.
No, I don't either.
I haven't ran cams in years, but for some reason this year, I don't know, man. There's big deer around here. They're out here. For
There
sure.
are. I've seen a couple of them just driving. But
And now that I've got permission I've locked that up across the street too. And it sounds like on the other side of our property this way. So I'm like, okay. Like now I can actually start. And there's still a lot of people to hunt around us. you know,
Right.
But if maybe start trying to knock on some doors, getting everybody be on the same page kind of thing, I know one of them is sitting across the table from me right now.
Even one of your
What?
neighbors?
Somebody needs to be on the same page if we're going to do something like that. We hunt the same deer.
oh, as far as management?
Yeah.
He go to the wood like he's starving, don't he?
Nah, dude, I'm on the same page as you.
Right.
Told you, hey, all the 1.5, 2.5-year-old 8 points and 6 points, let them walk.
I agree to a point. I let
Well-
the 2.5s and the 3.5s walk. Shoot, in my opinion, I'll shoot any 1.5 I see if I have a legal tag and it hits me right.
No.
Only because statistically 2/3 of the 1.5 bucks you see, you're never going to see again. They leave and they don't come back, and that's just biology, science. I mean, that's
Well-
just genetic diversity.
See, I leave it as genetics, and if they're there and they're breeding, like whatever, that's cool. Now, if the only thing I have left is a restricted tag, and I only bought 2 that year, late season, there's a basket rack comes out, sure, fine. If I need a deer,
Well,
not going to
put
see
it
him
in.
next year.
Let me start here. Do you hunt with a bow? Both of you. Do you hunt with bows or crossbows?
I shoot bow.
Bows.
I shoot bow. My kids shoot a crossbow.
Okay. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that.
No,
I'm just
no.
saying.
No, absolutely.
Change your tune a little bit there, buddy.
Why?
Well, no.
Give me so much shit for using a crossbow.
Yeah, you ain't gonna catch me using one.
I've given him enough shit.
No shame.
I'm just giving you a hard time, bro.
I own it. I don't give a damn.
I've given him enough shit to where, because, dude, it's...
Old cross gunner.
Well, here's the thing, man. After the firearm season closes, if I have that tag left, I'm not going to go back out with my bow.
Right.
Unless I'm
Right.
sitting in a shack, which, what a pain in the ass that is.
Right.
I'll take a crossbow.
Absolutely.
I don't want to buy one. And now I'm apprehensive about using one if that situation ever happens, just because I've talked so much shit about it. But, and by talking shit, it's just, they're efficient, man.
Oh, absolutely.
They're a hell of a weapon.
Yes, sir.
I just don't like the fact that they're considered an archery kill.
See, that's a really touchy subject. That's I don't even.
So the way I look at it, like, I'm not a fan of crossbows, unless you're a youth hunter or disabled. It's legal. I don't care, but yeah, I'm with you on the archery, being considered an archery kill. The way I look at it, another argument to look at is, you're still shooting, a bolt with a broadhead of some kind on it. But if you look at how far muzzleloaders have come, they're more
No
like
doubt.
traditional rifles or shotguns. So.
No doubt, but for me, I feel like that just goes under the... Unless you're doing like flintlock, then that just falls under the firearm category, no problem,
Yeah.
I see what you're saying, but, I fight myself on that all the time, though, because I'm like, well, I am using a compound bow. If I was a real man, I'd use a trad bow.
Right.
Right.
There you go. But
Yeah, but how many trad bows can you kill a deer efficiently at 40 yards with?
How many deer can you kill more efficiently with a crossbow than you can a compound?
let me ask you this: are you comfortable with a compound?
I used to be.
Okay, so if you wanted to go hunting in the morning, could you grab your compound bow, go to the woods, and kill a deer?
Not now, hell no.
Right. So you're using a crossbow because you're more comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So I mean,
And that's why
Dude,
they bring these things in.
that-
I mean, the
yeah,
purpose of hunting
we
is
don't
to
want to be out
kill
there
an animal.
wounding animals.
Well, and exactly, that's what I got to the point
I'm with
where my eyes were just like, nah, bro, you need to get some shit figured out.
Right.
And I lost my comfort with them because I literally couldn't see good enough. Stubborn ass kid, wouldn't go get glasses. Once I did, couldn't deal with the glare. Something was fucked up. Nowadays, if I got comfortable with a good compound, I probably could.
Yeah.
But I haven't sunk the money into another one and gotten a decent bow.
Right.
I already had the crossbow, so I'm like,
Man, those crossbows are legit. They really are. I mean,
Dude, well, see-
I use a compound, but
My only thing with
I
crossbows
miss them.
is like I said, is the archery kill thing. Just being, because I mean, they're
They need
scored
their own
Pope. They can
season.
fall in the Pope and Young, right?
yeah.
No, they don't.
No, they can't.
They don't
They
recognize it.
Can
Oh.
they not?
Mm-mm.
Well, now I feel a lot better. Now I feel a lot better about it.
Not yet. Not yet. Anyways, it's been brought up, but
It's kind
like I
of
say, that's one that
there
definitely
a
need to
s-
fact check me. But I'm pretty sure they don't count it towards Pope. and
They
Young.
were talking about a separate category for it.
Yeah,
I
which
don't
would be cool
know-
too. I think I'd be cool with it being somewhere in the middle between Boone and Crockett and Pope and Young. Like 140, 145, somewhere in there.
I do got to say the one thing that I've noticed about crossbows, a lot of people don't give any credit to. Like they're like, "Oh, yep, it's a stick gun." Like, yes and no. You can be shaky with a rifle and be off by an inch at 100 yards. If you're shaky when you pull the trigger on my crossbow,
Mhm.
any variation of your hand moving, you're missing the whole fucking deer.
really.
We were
It
just talking
throws
about that
bolt
yesterday.
so bad. You've
Gotcha.
got to have a rest that's rock solid.
And
I mean, they're a lot louder too.
yes.
but I think you make up for that in speed. Because you're shooting
Yeah.
well over 400, right?
Mine, yeah. I haven't put
That's
it through.
cooking,
I haven't put it through.
It's moving.
That's fucking screaming, dude.
Yeah.
It's rated out of the package at 425 with certain bolts, and I'm running those bolts. But it's, I mean, you saw last year I punched through a deer at 50 yards. I went through 2 ribs at 50 and buried all but 2 inches of the bolt into the clay field.
Look, man, like I said, like they kill. And they're, and like you were talking about, if you're comfortable with it, that's all that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Just for me, man, I would feel a little filthy if I killed one with one.
Well, and that's, you see, I've
feel
never
you.
shot a buck with a crossbow. I've shot them with compounds. I've never shot one with a crossbow. I've only shot does.
So you guys are shooting the same deer?
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much.
Can you imagine if he was out there with his compound right now, how your deer coming around crippled, fucked up?
Dude, the first year we moved here, trying to feel this property out, I fucked up,
Mhm.
and I did something nobody should ever do, and that's I went out and I knew I wasn't ready.
Mhm.
I didn't shoot enough. I didn't do enough scouting. I didn't do the shit I needed to
Just
do
wanted to
because
go
I was
hunt.
focused on going out to Wyoming for antelope.
Gotcha.
I was training for that, a long distance, blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, I got a deer season here.
Yeah.
So then I just kind of threw some shit together last minute, dude, and I hit $2 and lost them both.
Oh, dude, I had to say
And it
Makes
was
you
the worst
sick.
deer. 2020 was the worst deer season of my life.
I think 19 was mine. God, I did the same thing. I
No.
actually did 3. I lost a
I
doe
remember,
too.
I remember 3 texts.
Dude,
Stop
that's what got me. I totally missed a doe with my compound the last time I took one out.
Mhm.
Completely missed her. Shot right underneath her. And then less than a week later, same stand, like 35-yard shot, open cornfield,
Mhm.
smacked him right in the shoulder.
Oh, dude, that's what happened.
It went in like 2 inches. He took off running. I saw the arrow fall out, and he turned around and looked at me like, "What in the hell was that? Why would you do that to me?"
Man,
And just kept eating corn at like 100 yards. Like,
for real?
fuck.
What are you shooting him with?
That one, I must have hit him like square
Right on the
on
shoulder.
this, like square on where that little
Yeah.
rib goes on the shoulder. Because that was a 65-pound draw bow at 125 grain broadhead. I don't know my arrow weight offhand.
Right. And
But-
and he just went over there and started eating?
Yeah.
I'll be damned.
Well, the one that really stings. So the first one I hit and didn't find. It would suck. So I know that one died.
Mm-hmm.
It just it was back too far, plugged up, and it would just. I lost him. There's nothing I could do. I tried my ass off to find him for 3 days, but even just to
Well, now
just to confirm,
Right.
but he was gone. I wouldn't have even had the meat at that point. The second one though, that's the one that hurt. That's the one that hurt, dude. It was a nice 8. He wasn't huge, but for a bow kill, I mean, he was
Great
like
deer.
110, 120.
Great deer.
Yeah, great deer. Great deer.
Yeah.
And it's funny because I gave my brother massive amounts of shit for doing the exact same, almost the exact
That's
same
what
thing I
happens,
did.
man.
we call that
When
karma.
But it
well,
didn't be the same
his
way.
reason and my reason were completely
Cam?
different. So when a deer's looking right at you, Chris, where would you shoot it?
If he's looking at me,
Head up,
Is
looking
he
right
fo-
at you,
is he facing me?
facing you, locked on. You're drawn back, got your pin on him. Where do you let go?
I ain't shooting.
I ain't shooting.
No.
No.
What if it's so? We're gonna get back to that,
And
but
the
well, like
hold
so
on,
like
hold
in hold on, so
I guess I have to.
now I got to back up even farther because now we're gonna get deep. So like my brother's situation,
Okay.
that happened. 6 point came through. This is early season, obviously. They were still bachelored up, kind of. And this big 8 was right behind him, and he thought he was going to go right where that 6 point went. Drew back when he's behind the bush. As he's drawn back, he caught him.
Yep.
What? He's
Behind the bush.
not behind the bush,
Okay.
but he didn't. I wish he was here to tell a story, but he didn't take the steps necessary. He thought he was going to get a nice broadside shot in about 5 steps, but he turned and then caught him when he was drawn back. So he's in that situation where he's just
Locked up.
looking at him. He's drawn back, and he's been drawn back to the point where he's like, "Oh shit!"
Right.
He's starting
You
to do
start
this
to
shit.
shake and lose it.
And again, archery versus
Yeah.
crossbow.
Yeah.
Anyway, just saying. So
Sounds like I would have had a dead deer.
with well, exactly. So with a crossbow, what you guys are saying
Smoked him.
is you guys wouldn't shoot either. Well, you shoot so fucking fast. I think I would have no problem taking that. I wouldn't have a problem taking that shot with a
I went
compound.
through the
How
chest
close
and out
was
the
it?
asshole.
But he was, I think he said like 15, 20.
Gotcha.
But so I was always taught from an early age, if a deer's ever looking at you, head up like that, and you're drawn back, you hit him right at the bottom of the white patch.
That'll kill
Put it
him.
right in his throat.
That'll kill him.
I've killed a couple deer like that,
Right.
actually. So my brother, actually being the one who taught me that,
Mhm.
he's in this situation right now, and he tells me, he's like, "This is the biggest deer I've ever had in front of me."
Right.
You know,
Right.
he's like, I want to get him shoulder mounted. I don't want to fuck that up.
Right.
So instead of putting it on his throat, he tried to put it in the middle of his chest.
Okay.
And I don't know. Yeah, exactly. God damn
Dude,
it.
I shot one with a rifle there and lost it.
If you skin out a deer
Okay.
and you look at their chest, what's it look like?
Yeah.
It comes to a
goes
point.
up, yeah.
And if you're off by an inch either way, you're hitting nothing but shoulder and grazing rib cage.
Right. That's what happened.
Lost him. And there was a whole story we've talked about on another podcast where that led to that. This one, I did the same thing, but it was again, nice buck. I don't want to lose him.
Right.
I don't want to lose him. I want more room for error because I'm the asshole that'll count a couple extra ribs back just to give me a bigger radius. You know what I mean?
Making sure. Yeah.
I want him dead.
I'll get him in the morning.
Right.
Dumbest thing I ever. No, not like that. Like I don't like, you know, like a lot of people go like right behind the shoulder.
Right.
I like to eat the heart.
Yeah.
So I just
That's something
Just a
I've
little
got to
bit.
work
So
on.
just aim an inch higher.
higher, you know, that's the problem is because I'm always practicing like 20, 25 for like my first pin.
Yeah.
And then you could get those shots where they're like 5 yards, 10 yards.
Right there, yeah.
Yeah, I ain't aiming high. Where the fuck, man? I'm putting that thing at the bottom of his chest. The doe I shot last year.
Yeah, I
That's
remember
exactly
that
what
one.
happened. Yeah, I had that pin on the bottom of her chest, and I killed her. But I mean, it was a high shot.
Almost
Really?
backstrap straight
Yeah.
down.
Really?
Yeah.
Gotcha.
But that's the one that stung, dude. Because I tracked again a couple days, and this was only like a week after the first one, and like I
Okay.
backed out, didn't hunt, and then I fucked that up too.
I had a horrible season like that a few years back.
I'm sorry.
it was loud.
Good Lord, Bert.
I know that was a rookie mistake. Anyway, go ahead, Chris.
I stuck my target book. I think it was October 28th, 29th, day before Thanksgiving, right there close. I stuck him shoulder, watched my loom knock run off. He went and laid down. I knew I should have waited. My buddy was there at the house. We gave it about 3-4 hours. Went in looking for him. He got up. He ran probably, 150, 200 yards. Wasn't bleeding anymore. And we went in searching, couldn't find him. We had a real good snowfall, and it was late January. I ended up finding him, and somebody had cut his antlers off, man. They cut his antlers. Listen to this shit. No, hold on, I ain't done. This make you sick. They didn't cut him off right here or cut his skull plate off. They cut him off right here. Right there. It made no damn sense. I don't know. It made no sense. But anyway, yeah, that was the one that, and he was a 160 plus. He was a 160. So it makes no sense. I have no idea why somebody would have done that. Big mainframe 10. Beautiful deer.
Obviously, they didn't know what the fuck they were doing.
I have no idea what the hell they were thinking. Was it you? It was in our area.
He was talking to TJ, not me, by the way.
Yeah.
They'd be hanging from my rearview mirrors every time I drove by your house.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. But and then I don't know, 2 weeks later, same situation. I had a big mainframe 8, just big deer, just big frame, and I ended up sticking him front shoulder. Both deer were in the shoulder, and it's like, man, it was awful. And then I had a doe right up under me early season. I choked on that. It was awful, man, horrible.
Man,
I still haven't shot a deer.
That's why I'm all...
You ain't killed a deer since I've known you.
I'm waiting. If I
Well,
ever
he killed
kill
him. He just ain't found him.
Yeah, if I
Right.
kill
I've
one,
helped track them, so yeah, I know he can wound them.
Yeah, I can poke a hole in them.
We're going to have to get you a crossbow.
That's what I'm talking about. I gotta do something.
Well,
I had considered it.
well, getting back and this whole crossbill kick that we got onto, what I was getting at is that's a lot. I'm using a compound, and shit, dude. By November, if I haven't filled the tag yet, if I see a 6-point or a 4-point, I'm fucking shooting it, dude.
Right.
You know?
Gotcha. I understand.
So that's, with a crossbow, I feel like it's a little bit easier for people to be picky. I'm not trying to like throw anybody on the bus.
Right.
That's just facts. It is. I mean,
I
like that
understand
situation you guys were talking about, I wouldn't take that shot.
Right.
Well, he was in a situation where, me too. If I were to lower my string and not take that shot, he's gone.
Right.
And then I just blew my spot.
Right.
Right.
We
that was
should
a nice
also,
buck.
mention the fact that a lot of people that hunt and only take 1-2 deer a year, they're not in the same boat as like me and you and probably some of the other people, some of our other listeners.
I forget that because these guys are
Where-
from Indiana, where you guys can only take one buck.
That's it.
I forgot about that.
Now, this dude right here, don't let him fool you. He shot.
Okay.
Let's throw him under the bus. I just no, him and his boy doubled
No,
up.
no,
That's
Josh, that's a really good point, actually.
we get 2 buck tags up here, and
So-
you guys don't.
So
Right.
me taking a little year and a half doesn't really mean shit because I still got one in my pocket.
What do you boys
Good
call them? Meat bucks?
Yeah, what's we
Yeah,
coal bucks, meat bucks, whatever.
bucks.
Well, that's the other thing too. Like me, I know you're just the same as me. I don't buy any red meat from the store. Period.
Right. I got you.
Like
I got you.
I live off of venison or quail, rabbit, whatever.
You guys will be $1 here pretty soon.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I doubt it, man.
Really?
I don't
They
think. I
open
think. I
early
think the
doe
push for. I
season.
think, and I feel like the more the push for that is down here, in this area. As you start to go up north a little bit, there's farmers, dude. They just want them dead.
Yeah. Everybody's starving.
Well, that's the same thing. I went out on the lake fishing out on Lake Michigan on Saturday, and one of the guys I was with, he hunts Kalamazoo County. They've
Okay.
got, it's like southeast Kalamazoo County, but the neighbors are like, fucking shoot everything, kill it all.
Yep.
There were so many deer up here.
Yep.
Between 10 people, they took 28 deer off that property last year.
Wow.
1 year, 10 people, 28 deer.
Wow.
Didn't touch the numbers.
Really?
And I'm sorry, but for people that don't think that helps the population,
It
they're
definitely
crazy,
does.
man. I mean,
It
it
does.
does. It really
It
does.
definitely does.
If you can take that many deer and not impact the population that is currently on the hoof,
You need to take that number again. Sounds
yeah,
like.
you have to start taking more, and you need to start taking like mature does
Mm-hmm.
to get rid of them.
Yeah.
And and a lot of the reason Michigan's shelling out all these doe tags is chronic wasting disease, which you guys do or do not have yet.
Man, I know it's around.
I think
It's
they
rare.
had 1 case and just 1 in the whole state.
I think it's a lack of testing.
Yeah.
I mean it's
something that
If
it's something
we've got-
that
There's too
spreads
many
in the
people
wild.
there's too many people in northern Indiana that hunt in Michigan, and I'm talking not southern Michigan. I'm talking like Baldwin, Newaygo, down in the
Yep.
core area where that shit is.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you that are not in Michigan or not in the area, Michigan has just implemented a mandatory check-in
Yep.
for our animals.
Yes.
So
which is good. I mean,
it's good, but now to be clear from what I read, and I could be wrong.
you are.
You should fact check me right now and find an article
Like the
and cite
location?
them
Like the
because
location?
I literally talked to your friend that works for the DNR.
He's talking about the location, ain't he?
no.
It's a
So
mandatory.
it's a mandatory check-in, but my understanding was you didn't have to. You know what? Actually, Josh, you are right because now the more I think about that, what I read was probably some asshole being like, you only have to if you take it to a taxidermist or to have it
Yeah.
processed, but you don't if you do it yourself. Basically, meaning
Yeah.
They won't
you
catch
should, but they
Right.
won't catch you.
Right, if you do it yourself. Right.
So, as the law read that I saw come across the MDNR website and some other page on Facebook, also Meat Eater covered it too and said it was a mandatory check-in, but all of that was within 72 hours or before transfer of the animal to another person. You
Like
have to
taxidermist
check
or
in.
something, or
Yeah,
processor.
taxidermist, processor, whatever. Like if you do it at home, you've got 72 hours to check in after the kill tag has been placed on the animal.
And it's an online deal, right?
You can do it all online. You can take it up to a DNR check station if you're close to one.
So that's what gets me
Right.
though is the online. I mean,
You
I'm
can
sure
do it
they're
through
just
the
trying to
app.
collect they want harvest
They want
data.
numbers.
Right.
Yeah.
It's saving them money on sending out surveys because I don't know about you guys in Indiana.
We get
but
surveys.
You've probably gotten the surveys where they send it out to you and they give you $1 in the envelope to fill it out. They're paying you for the information, basically.
Dude, I can only imagine about the amount of people that get that and don't do it.
Right. Put the $1
Yeah.
in their wallet and throw the
Right.
shit in the trash.
Yeah.
Mhm.
but I mean, how are you going to accurately
Nobody
keep
knows.
track of harvest data to manage your herd if you don't know how many deer are getting
No,
killed?
Michigan
I
has
totally
no
agree.
idea.
Yeah.
Right. And that's the problem.
I don't
we're seeing
understand why
down
everybody's
here.
so upset about it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because
you're online-
it's a pain in the ass. It's just one more thing to do, but it's not
It-
that it's
it
not that
takes-
hard.
it
You
takes
just
less
punch
than
in
5
some numbers
minutes.
online. Everybody's got a smartphone these days.
Yeah.
It'll take 3 seconds.
Yeah.
Right, and you can do it on the app that I don't think we've covered that on the podcast. They just
No, we
came out.
haven't. Yeah, go ahead.
You are the one that has it. You cover it.
So Michigan DNR has come out with an app. So
Okay.
basically, all when you were to log on their website before, It's basically just like that, only this time it has just, all of your points and your licenses and everything's right there. It's really cool, really
Gotcha.
convenient.
Yeah. Sure.
So Michigan's come a long way, especially with buying turkey tags online, because I used to be kind of a pain in the ass, but they've really simplified that too. So, but yeah, so I'm assuming if you have the app, it'd be even easier.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's easier, but I know you can check them in through the app.
But yeah, I mean, it's not tough.
No, it takes us 2 minutes, if that.
And let me tell you, you don't want to deal with the DNR, man.
No.
just check them in.
Do it right. Just check them in for sure. It's not going to do nothing but help.
And it's not like you're going to check it in and some CEO is going to be knocking at your door.
Nope.
Right.
That's not going to happen.
I mean, you don't have to put a score or anything. It's just the antlered, non-antlered, when you shot it, where you shot it.
Right.
And just like TJ was just saying, how are you supposed to get an accurate count on your herd unless you have people that are forced
participating
to
Right.
participate? Yeah.
Yep.
Right. You don't know how many people filled those tags. You could have people that go out and they buy 10 doe tags and your combo tag every year and not fill a single fucking one.
Right.
I've eaten tag soup once or twice. It's been a minute.
Yeah, let's talk about spring turkey season. Somebody ran out of time to go hunting.
All right.
Make it out.
Well, before we get
I got out 3 times. That's it.
yeah.
2 of those was trying to help my brother get one.
Gotcha.
Before we get too carried away in anything else, I feel like we need to get this trivia because coincidentally, there's a hot crossbow topic in here. So
Oh, nice.
yeah,
Nice.
so you guys are all welcome to play if you wish.
Please help me. I'm not going to know any of this shit.
Stop.
Not either.
All right.
It's all Michigan related, so they're probably not going to be much help from Indiana.
Well, no. There's Indiana shit in here.
Okay, well, I'm
I did it
not
just
gonna
for
know
these
any of
guys.
That.
Yeah, believe it or not, I actually did a good amount of show prep today.
So what happens when you're self-employed?
Yeah, true.
And you
I also worked on Labor Day, bitch.
Nice.
Today's
for
Labor
your
Day.
brother.
Well, for myself, at my brother's.
Yeah.
Still a job, bitch.
Yep.
He just happened to fall on the schedule for Labor Day. All right, question 1. What was the score of the whitetail killed with a cross? By the way, these are all multiple choice. What was the score of the whitetail killed with a crossbow last November in Indiana, also known as the Huff Buck? A, 211 and 4/8. B, 207 and 4/8. C, 198 and 7/8. D, 209 and 4/8. Bam.
211.
A, you're going with A?
Mm-hmm.
Chris?
Hey.
Hey.
You guys are all right. You guys read too much.
Dude, that was a nice deer.
It was a hell of a
gorgeous
deer.
deer.
That was a
Hell of a
nice
deer. So does that scratch your ass? It was with a crossbow at all? You're from Indiana too.
No, it don't bother me. I'd rather him shoot it with a crossbow than shoot it out of his truck window.
Mm-hmm.
Who says it wasn't? It just says crossbow. It doesn't say it was not a truck window. I mean, he's not going to tell anybody that.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I wouldn't tell anybody
Hopefully
that.
it wasn't.
He didn't even know that deer was there. Supposedly.
No, I was going to say, man, I don't like to promote other podcasts too often, but check out the Meat Eater podcast when he was on there because that was a really cool story.
How did you not know I was going to get that one? I mean, I listen every Monday.
I got to throw you a bone.
I know.
But that was a pretty specific question. I'm pretty actually surprised all of you got that.
That was a great deer, man. That was a
Well,
really
Indiana's
nice deer.
got the
What's the
second.
new Indiana state record, isn't it?
No,
Yeah.
well,
That's
archery.
also-
Yeah.
Archery.
Wasn't it some kind of typical record? Too?
Oh,
It's second. It's
we got all
second to
kinds of
Norway.
record questions. We'll get to it. All right. So, question 2.
What's the Indiana state archery record?
Question 2. The Missouri Monarch buck, sporting 44 scoreable points going in every conceivable direction. Biologists estimated his age of this massive non-typical with a final score of 333 and 7/8 inches to be A, 7.5 to 8.5 years old, B, 6.5 to 7.5 years old, C, 4.5 to 5.5 years old, D, 2.5 to 3.5 years old. Now, want me to read it again?
No, I'm pretty sure he was 8.
That's what I was going to say.
So we got 2 A's. What you got?
I was going to go C. I have no clue.
C. The answer is C, 4.5 to 5.5 years old.
Good job, DJ.
Really?
He is I will say it again, the Missouri Monarch buck scoring 44 scoreable points going in every conceivable direction with a total net score of 333 inches
When
and
was that
7/8.
shot?
That was
Question 3.
You don't know.
The Missouri Monarch was killed by hunter Dave Beckman in 1981. True or false?
I just want my headphones to work. Damn it. I'm out of unplugged them when I lean back.
Anybody else? Anybody got an answer?
False.
I don't say false.
I would say false. I don't
You guys are all correct. That buck was not shot. He was found. Dave
Oh.
Beckman was from just outside of Missouri, or I'm just outside of St. Louis in Missouri. Had just had a successful hunt. Was on his way home from the road. Could see a set of antlers by a fence row, which happened to be on private property for some pipe fitters union. Had to jump through a shit ton of hoops to go get the deer and turn it in, and then it being a world record.
Wow.
Damn.
That's the largest whitetail on record.
Wow.
But it wasn't killed by nobody.
Came off a farm, got hit by a car.
Mm-hmm. Now, if anybody can fact check me on any of that shit and prove me wrong, go ahead. But trust me, that's why these questions took so long. I only did 5 of them. But to make sure all this shit was right was a bitch. Because you can go find a lot of old articles,
We usually only do 5.
Yeah. This took me a lot longer than normal.
Oh, you put in effort. Good for you.
I know, look at me go. All right, question 4. By the way, if anybody also wants to say I'm wrong, I also cited all my information too. So I can pull that up. But anyway, going on.
He did his homework.
I did.
Look
Look at this shit all
You
fucking...
being such a good little
He
student.
did his homework.
Question 4. The world's largest typical whitetail. I'll say that again. The world's largest typical whitetail deer ever harvested is more famously referred to as the A, the Jordan buck, B, the Hanson buck, C, the Brewster buck, D, the Huff buck.
I mean, you guys are allowed to play too.
Yeah. I'm gonna
So-
go B.
Taking the scores official.
The world's largest typical whitetail deer ever. Yeah,
Hanson
official score.
It's a Hanson buck.
Yep. Typke?
I mean, you already said yes.
I forgot you haven't answered yet.
I didn't. I mean, I don't
No.
know what the names were. You had the Huff Buck and 3 other ones in there.
Jordan buck, Hanson buck, Brewster buck, Huff buck. But it was indeed the Hanson buck out of Saskatchewan.
Nice.
I'm gonna click on that article because that actually was a pretty cool one.
There's some big old deer up there.
This is actually from the BooneandCrockettClub.com. Yep, it was killed
I
by
might trust that one.
Milo Hansen. Yeah, dude, enormous deer. It scored 213 and 5/8.
What did he shoot it with?
A rifle, I know that. It was a rifle kill.
I want to go to Canada and shoot me one of those big horse.
Dude.
A 350-pound whitetail.
Mm-hmm.
It's got some oak leaves on its head.
Yes.
All right.
It's like a moose, but smaller.
Last question. The Huff buck, shot last November in Decatur County, Indiana, is now considered the largest typical whitetail ever killed in the U.S., surpassing James Jordan's 1914 rifle kill of 206 and 1/8 inches. In which other Midwestern state? Want me to read that again? I kinda fucked
Illinois.
that up. A, Ohio. B, Illinois. C, Michigan. D, Wisconsin.
I believe it's Illinois.
So I agree with Illinois.
Wisconsin.
We're all wrong.
Mm-hmm. I will click on this.
That's what I get for
A little too far south.
According to NorthAmericanWhitetail.com.
Was it northern Illinois or southern Wisconsin? Sorry.
I don't think it says. It says Dustin Huff's immense typical whitetail taken by crossbow in Decatur County, Indiana on November 4th, 2001 will be accepted in the Boone and Crockett.
2021.
Did you say that it will be accepted?
Hanson's, the official world record is Milo Hansen with a 213 5/8. Currently in second place to Milo, before this score actually was official, was James Jordan's 206 inch and 1/8 inch Wisconsin whitetail.
That would be nice. 200-inch deer just
Dude.
show up on your property and
I'd be happy with 120.
Well, dude, I mean, you
Yeah,
think
yeah.
about all those inches and it being a typical buck.
that's
Well,
Massive.
They say the I was watching I think it was the Waddell podcast, but the Huff buck it's so massive.
Pour me a whiskey skate, would you?
the tines, the mass on the tines and everything. Like if you sunk it in a bucket of water versus the Hansen buck, that the Huff buck is more than twice as big. Just to how mass all the tines and everything are. That doesn't get taken into account.
So like if you were to cut it in half, say, like down the main beam, if you were to open them up, like the one would be more hollow, like have more holes. Is that kind of what you're saying?
No, it's just got
just
more
dense?
bone. Just more dense. Yeah, more bones altogether.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, because I mean,
the Hansen buck's awesome.
Well,
but it's pretty spindly. You know what I mean? He's got real tall tines, but they're not very big around. Whereas the Huff buck, his tines are like that.
And these are all free range. Does anybody know the name of the buck that was taken recently that they thought was going to be a non-typical record that ended up actually being from a farm?
The Southern Indiana one?
Yeah, but I think it was escaped, right? Like the tag came off its ear?
No. Well, there was one shot last year in Southern Indiana. He was saying it was free range, but he shot it, I think, in Kentucky in a farm.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's not the same one I'm talking about.
No, I know which one you're talking about. The kid shot him. He was getting pictures of him. He went in and ended up shooting him.
Oh, yeah. That was in Wisconsin?
And he contacted a game farm, down the way, whatever, and it ended up being one that
yeah, because he was like, there's no way it's from a game farm. I mean, it's an impressive buck. And,
right.
I just remember earlier today when I was glancing through all that stuff, but I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, if I saw that walking in a damn cornfield, that's the first thing I would think of. Like, this must have got away from somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, it's like, so Indiana has the second largest whitetail ever killed down by Indy. That was just a couple years ago.
Which one?
300 and some inch. But it looks like a game farm deer.
Yeah. Well, see, now.
Is that the one they called Zeus?
I don't think so.
See, now, Josh, that's what I was telling
that
you.
was Illinois.
When I was trying to find the answers to all these questions, it was a bitch because there was like high fence deer, then there was deer that were found, there was deer that were harvested.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my God, I couldn't, dude. And then trying to make sure everybody was credible.
Yeah.
So as far as I know, all that information that you guys just heard was credible.
Gotcha.
But if anybody wants to combat that, let me know. So I could be wrong, but
I'm not going to do the research.
No.
No.
Probably not either.
We're still on a winning scale, so got 3 out of 5.
But that huff buck with that crossbow, man. I know there's like a good population of people, including Duran from Doug Duran from the It's Always on the Meat Eater podcast was like all excited because it was with the crossbow. I don't know, man. I'm not gonna talk shit about it at all, but it's just like,
hey, Brent, think about it this way. How often do you get the opportunity to shoot a deer in an open corn or bean field within 40 yards?
with a bow.
No, regardless. How often do you get a within 40-yard shot in an open corner bean field around here?
If you're talking about mature deer?
No, like not a weanling or a yearling.
Okay. I mean, probably the same as everywhere else. I mean, it's not... I get where you're going at, but I'm just saying.
That's what I'm saying. Like, where I'm at, very seldom do I have deer, unless they're under my tree stand, which it's a ladder stand. I can't shoot under it.
Right.
And they walk the ditch that I can't shoot because there's trees in it. Once they get out in the field, maybe once a year, twice a year, I have deer that are within 40 yards. Now, to reach out past 40 with a compound, you got to be on your shit.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Yeah.
Crossbow, 50 yards,
No problem.
no big deal.
Right.
Perfectly safe shot.
Mm-hmm.
Even 60, 65, fine. But can't do that with a compound, personally. I know it's possible. You can do it pretty easy if you practice all the time and you got your shit dialed.
But not everybody still can
would-
make that shot, no matter how
Right.
much they
No,
practice.
right.
I wouldn't recommend it because the animals react
No.
so fast.
There's
Right, now,
that's
hunting
what I
the
mean.
woods-
It's not the same as shooting at a still target.
Right.
Right.
They react.
Where I was going with that, hunting the woods, you're going to have 10, 20, 30-yard shots. I don't need a crossbow for that.
Right.
I can make a 20, 30-yard shot with a compound fairly easy. How, like, almost never do I get the opportunity to hunt woods.
Right.
Just because of where I'm at.
Right.
You know, without trespassing.
Yeah. I mean, I get it, and I'm not trying to. I'm not trying to like dog the dude at all for using a crossbow. That's not. I guess I'm trying to like in a very sloppy way get that out. I'm just, I don't know. I guess I just kind of wish it was shot with something else.
Yeah.
Only because of how big it was. If he had shot a
Yeah,
110-inch basket rack, you'd be
Well-
like, "Oh, good for him."
Well, everyone, because our generation, and Chris, I think you can probably relate to this one. When crossbows were first, or you too, TJ, you were probably too young for this.
No, I remember. I remember my grandpa hunting with when they first got legal. I think about 20 years ago, they first had that season for disabled. You could use it.
I'm talking after that when they made it to where you didn't have to be disabled anymore and anybody could use it.
Mhm.
I just remember reading all these articles in different magazines and stuff when I was a kid, and they were just talking about all these maimed and wounded deer, just because it was like we just talked about how efficient they are, and they're a hell of a weapon.
Now they are.
Now they are.
Yeah.
Then
I'm telling you, 20 years ago, I had his crossbow that he used to hunt when it was first legal. That thing was a bitch to pull back. It was loud as hell, and anything past 25 yards, you don't know where the fuck it's going. It also wouldn't kill the deer.
right, but then you got all these gun hunters that are 2 weeks a year. They put a shotgun in their hands and they in Michigan,
Right.
plop up at a tree row and
5 slugs. Boom, 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 boom.
dude, yeah, and then all of a sudden, oh shit, now I got a whole nother month to hunt. I'm gonna buy a crossbow.
God forbid buckshot.
And then they just didn't understand the limits of that weapon.
Right.
So then there was a lot of people taking shots that were too long. They were taking shots they shouldn't have. I think that was a pretty short fad. I mean,
Yeah.
do you guys remember it being like that, or am I just crazy?
No,
Well, I mean, you had the PSE TAC 5 advertising 2-inch groups at 100 yards.
Right.
So what's that going to do for a crossbow hunter?
Their mindset.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, I can shoot 100 yards with this all day long.
Mhm.
Off a bench.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But, it's all in market. I mean, we were talking on the way up, marketing that, Rage Broadheads, when they first came out, it was expand the kill zone.
Mhm.
And if you don't get your deer, your money's back. I mean, to me, that's just telling hunters that you can shoot the deer and this broadhead's so awesome, you're going to get your deer.
Right. No matter where you hit it.
No matter where you hit it.
Shot placement doesn't matter. Which, especially with Rage when they first came out, it definitely fucking mattered.
yeah.
Big
For
time.
real. I've had those bastards not even open.
Dude, you, me, and about a fucking million other people, I bet, dude. I haven't used them since they kind of,
Were you guys using 3-blade or 2-blade?
I was
Two.
using 3.
You've had 2s not open?
I only use fixed blades.
What's
So
happened
I
to
don't have a
you?
problem with
I
them
went-
not working.
I went back to fixed blade. Well, actually, I
Liar.
take back. I went back to fixed blade and then went back again to mechanical, but I went old school Spitfire mechanical.
Now,
They're reliable, man.
I still shoot Rage. I still shoot them, but I have had issues.
I'm shooting the 2 blades right now for the crossbow, and that's the one thing you got to watch.
I'm gonna
is
turn this light on, guys.
where you actually put that little lock collar on
Yeah.
the bottom. If it's not perfect,
Yeah.
I mean, in that scenario, you fucked up.
Yeah.
It's gonna fuck up.
I didn't.
Well, I mean, just the physics of it. You know what I mean? You got these 2-inch, 2.25, 2.5-inch
Right.
cut. You hit one in the shoulder with that, it's not going through. If I hit one with my Monotech, it's going to blow right through.
That's the other advantage I like about the crossbow. I've punched through bone with that. The last one I shot, both ribs on each side, clean through, buried it into the field, all but 2 inches. That was 50 yards.
Still shooting the same bolt.
Yep.
That's the shit.
And it's efficient. That's what I gotta say about it.
We are.
That's why they're so popular. I mean, if you look at what hunting is, it's to provide, to kill an animal to provide meat.
No,
And
absolutely.
I mean, every year something makes it, I don't want to say easier, but gives the hunter a leg up. Every year something comes out.
The needle keeps tipping in our direction as far as advantage.
Yeah.
Every
And
year
that's
that
why
goes on.
They keep getting more regulations because of that. It's like the new the fire stick they came out with. I can't remember who makes it, but it's like,
Traditions.
yeah, it's a muzzle loader that you just pull the breech plug, slide your shit in.
Yeah.
It's a bolt
You
It's
still
a
you
quick
still have to
turn.
you still have to load a bullet,
Isn't
but
that
it's just
crazy?
like it's one more step than a single shot shotgun.
I saw ones where they have the bullet incorporated in.
Yeah.
And they
Isn't that
That's a
crazy?
single shot
knows how-
shotgun.
Yeah, nobody knows how they feel about it. They're like, I don't think that's going to be legal very long.
You know what? But everybody said that when they went to the inline. they're like, oh, this ain't gonna stay legal for
Dude,
that long.
it is
And that was what 25, almost 30 years ago now.
It's a quick turn breech plug. Like you push it in.
Oh, I
and
know,
spin.
but just compared, the inlines compared to the old school flintlocks,
right.
I mean, come on.
or even the old side hammer.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
with
that's
the
what I meant,
musket
not
cap.
flintlocks.
Well, it's like
but
Pennsylvania has a
percussion
separate
cap,
season.
That's what I meant.
They have a percussion. or
Say that again. 'cause
flintlock.
say that again. I was interrupting you.
Pennsylvania has a separate season for that now.
Okay.
They're like, we have our muzzle loader or traditional, whatever you want to call it, and then they also have the flintlock season because this is totally different than this, but this is also totally different than this. It's like you've got your shotgun season, cool. Well, you've got your muzzleloader season, awesome. Then you've got your flintlock season because all three of those drastically different weapons.
Right.
Yeah, maybe that'd make me happy. Maybe if Michigan was like, crossbow hunters, you guys can't start hunting until November 1st. You get an extra 2 weeks.
You get the last 2 days
See,
of
me,
season.
if I,
Dude, I already
well, if I was going to be, if I
give
was,
us the best 2 weeks of the year.
yeah,
Thanks, buddy.
I would make them hunt October 1st.
Oh yeah, that's what it should. There you go.
I want the rut to myself if I was going
You
to
know
be
what?
selfish about it.
Yeah, there you go. I had a bass backwards. They should hunt October 1st until November 1st, then they got to put it on. They got to hang it up until after gun season.
I still haven't shot a buck with a crossbow, so you can't be too pissy with me.
You haven't shot what?
A buck with a crossbow.
No.
Only thing I've ever shot with a
How long
crossbow
you
is a
been-
doe.
How long you been slinging bolts?
So this year will be 3 years of full time. Like that's the only thing I take out. I did take one doe with a crossbow when I was like 18 or 19. It was just, I had a tag. It was late season. It was in the bean field.
Why not?
I grabbed the crossbow from my uncle's house and stalked through the edge of the bean field and shot it at 30 yards. Like
Mhm.
it was there. It was legal. Like, fuck it. We got a doe tag.
Yeah.
Didn't have my compound handy. So, it was just simple.
Right.
But
And I think, your typical, I don't know if you want to call them trophy hunters, but mature deer hunters, it seems like a majority of them like to challenge themselves. Either going bigger deer
Yeah.
or
Harder weapon.
harder weapon.
If you're Mike Ellis, both.
yeah.
So, I mean,
Shout out to Mike.
I hunt with a recurve and I hunt with a compound.
No, yeah, well,
Man, I can't shoot a recurve to save my ass anymore.
I got that old recurve, my dad's old bow.
That's what I got.
Dude, and I want to. Every year I'm like, I'm doing
Every
it,
year I'm
man.
doing it.
Every year I'm doing it. But dude,
As soon as I get a big deer come up on my trail camera, it stays home and I take my compound.
well, that's what it comes down to,
Taking
man.
a gun.
I feel like, right? I feel like I've always been like, if I ever get to a point, like, say the perfect scenario happens and, I fill my first, you guys only have one buck tag, but if I fill my first tag on my shooter buck, well, shit.
Game on from there.
Or even doe
Have some
tags.
fun.
Like, I'm gonna take my recurve out,
Have some fun,
until gun
yeah.
opens and try to challenge myself. But like you said, just knowing that, those big bastards are roaming around and like, how often do you get a mature buck? How often do you fool him?
Right.
Right.
How often does he not smell you, see you, hear you, and just happens to be out in the daylight and you just happen to be in that stand, dude?
Everything's got to come together.
Everything's got to come together, and the one thing that's in your control is the shot,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
And you want that needle to be all the way in your fucking direction
Yes,
for
sir.
advantage when that time comes. So I feel like
So why are you mad about crossbows?
That's what I was supposed to say. I'm going to call Josh for his crossbow.
I'm not. I'm confused about crossbows. I'm confused how I feel about them. That's the
You're
best way
having
to
some
put
confused feelings, Bert.
it. Shut the fuck up. But
I feel like we had this conversation earlier too. We might need to bring Allie in here.
Oh Jesus!
I think she needs to know.
I say,
You just made this real weird. But no, I don't. I guess where I'm because I'm at the point where I kind of want to buy one just for late season.
Yeah.
And I think I might stick with that. But I feel like it's kind of like if I have it, it'd be like
Like what
this is some
TJ
nerd
said.
shit, some Gollum like with Lord of the Rings. Like you have the ring right here, I could just use it. I
Yeah.
could just use it whenever I want.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah.
mean? And I feel like that would fuck with me.
Well, how
'Cause
about
you'll be
this?
using
it's got its advantages, So
Definitely.
compound have its advantage over traditional. You can
Yep.
still, you can hold that
Right.
draw longer. Crossbow, you can hold that draw forever.
There's just something about it, man. And I've shot does with a bow and felt more pumped about those shots
yeah.
and those hunts than I
For
have
sure.
with shooting that big son of a bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I'd like to see a vertical crossbow
I
where you still
disagree.
have to hold it like a
If I
regular
shot
bow,
that big son of a bitch,
But
but you have a trigger back
Oh,
here
for sure.
and you shoot it.
You
You know, not hold it like a gun.
Say that again. Just because there was other noise.
So I think it'd be cool if somebody came up with a vertical crossbow. So it's like a compound, but you have some kind of mechanism. You pull it back and it locks and it holds it. You still have to aim. You still have to hold it. But it takes the holding of the draw
Like
back.
you're talking 100% let off.
Right.
Or 1,000%, whatever you want to say.
That would make it
100.
more closer to compound.
I agree, as long because that's the thing about
But
a
you
crossbow.
you still have to practice.
It's the simple fact it's point and click.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we could take a crossbow that has an adjustable stock, and all four of us could shoot it,
Because I mean that to
whether
me-
you're left-handed or right-handed.
right.
Yep. It's just like a gun. You know, everybody says sighting in a rifle. Well, it's sighted in for me. Motherfucker, no. Look through the scope. If it's on, it's on.
Squeeze the trigger.
Dude, and it's not to me. I don't even think it's so much the actual mechanics of the weapon itself. It's just, or maybe it is, but it's the fact of fooling an animal. And I feel like a crossbow is a little kind of like cheating if you're calling that an archery kill. You know what I mean? Because it's
I
like
mean,
you don't
I
have
just
to do
call
the
it a deer
physical
kill.
like you were just saying, TJ. You don't have to do the physical act of drawing back.
You can get
Yeah.
you can get into the weeds. You know, yeah, you don't have to draw it back. You
Because
can
how-
already be ready to go.
I told you 2 stories on this podcast of situations where you draw back and got caught.
But then you can
Which
also,
wouldn't have happened with a crossbow. And then with the crossbow, you could have not taken the shot.
you can
instead of
throw
forcing
you
one.
can throw hunting blinds into that mix.
Yep.
They can't, if you have it set up right, they can't see inside. They don't know anybody's in there. If you're in a tree stand, you don't, have a good backdrop.
Well, tree stands were pretty.
You can hunt out of a blind with a compound, though, too.
Yeah.
Well, I'm saying like tree stands were controversial when they came out in Michigan, right? Because it used to be you couldn't hunt from one until like it was a lot later than I thought. It was like late 90s, right?
Yeah.
Like 98.
That's
Only for
crazy.
gun.
That's
Only for
crazy.
gun.
Yep.
Only
We
for
went
gun.
over this.
That's
that
right.
was the shotgun. It was 99, I think.
But still.
But archery, it was like a 70,
Now-
75 or
But
something.
now, how many
They were
people
okay
hunt?
with it.
Now, how many people hunt gun from a tree stand?
All of them.
Everybody.
I feel like most
Except
of
my
them.
cousin.
Right. I feel like there's still, obviously more people are going to hunt from the ground with a gun than they would with a bow, but there's still a shit ton of people up there, with gunpowder in trees, man. Like, but back in the day, that seemed like a big deal,
Right.
That's crazy. Though.
Well, yeah, because if you drop your bow, it's not going to go off. But if you drop your gun,
Well, just the advantage, Now I have a bird's eye view and I can shoot 100 yards,
It's got to be.
depending on what
It's
gun I
got to
got.
be safer hunting out of a tree stand with a gun. You're shooting towards the ground
the
instead
ground.
of
Yeah.
across the cornfield where you don't know if Joe Smo has his orange on or not.
right? Or
Yeah.
if the deer's on top of a hill, you're not going to shoot at a skyline buck out of a tree stand, but you're going to get some jackass that's going to do it when they're walking back to the truck.
And a lot of people got to keep in mind,
Who knows
the
where
the
that
last
bullet
stats
goes.
I've heard was 80% of the hunters that hunt in the state of Michigan only hunt whitetail. And like 70% of those only hunt
gun.
whitetail in firearm season. So that's a
Wow.
shit ton of guns out there, man.
Mhm.
Wow.
All of a sudden. Nobody
Yeah.
knows where who's at, man. And you start getting up in the northern part of the states with public land.
Yeah.
You can get sketchy, dude.
Yeah, no doubt.
Does anybody have anything else? Because I think I'm ready to drink. Well, yeah, my truck's about to get dropped off, so I'm done. Anybody got anything else?
I'm good.
I'm good.
All right, well, dude,
I appreciate you, Brent.
Chris, TJ, thank you so much for coming. That's a long drive, I bet, all the way from Indiana.
It is.
About 40 minutes?
45 minutes.
I don't know. I rode shotgun. I played on
Boy,
the phone.
boy. But just before we end this thing, again, the date is January 21st, 5 to 8. Free to enter the Big Buck Contest. You just have to be a member of the Michiana Monsters Facebook group. And it's going to be a great time. So you guys should show up, come party with us. Yes, sir. All right, everybody. Thanks again for coming, guys. All right, thank you guys so much for listening, and please, please, please share on any and all social media outlets. It helps us out, and we really want to get the word out about the Big Buck Contest, which hopefully we see you guys there in January. We will be mentioning it quite frequently between now and then, so I'm sure you guys will be plenty well reminded. Next episode, we got Ben McDonald coming in here to talk a little fishing. As always, all music and artwork is done by the Shane Yoder from PutThemInASong.com and the Root No Podcast, and all editing is done by yours truly, Brent Ruff. All right, everybody. Youth season hunters here in Michigan. It's this weekend, so hopefully you guys have a good hunt, and make sure you post your harvest pictures on the Facebook page, Michiana Monsters as well. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.